Good morning everyone, and welcome back to First Cast. Back on the river today to do some lure fishing. Now the lures I'm going to be focusing on mostly today are the spinners, and I've got a small box with me with some gold, silver and bronze spinners, but from my experience, especially on this river at this time of year, the gold spinners can be really effective. Now I do have some more lures with me as well if I feel like I want to change at some point, but the spinners are going to be the main focus for today's session. And you'll hopefully see that I have a snap swivel attaching the spinner to the line. The reason I do that is because if you are tying a spinner directly onto the line, as it spins around in the water, gradually throughout your session, your line will get twisted up, and that'll result in some horrible knots and tangles around your reel. Trust me, I've been there, it's not pleasant, and that's why if we're using a spinner, we always put on a snap swivel. That way, when the spinner is spinning, it's spinning around the actual swivel as opposed to twisting up your line. Anyway, I've got a few more things to tell you about spinners later on, but for now, enough talk, let's fish. Oh, there's fish on the third cast, or fourth maybe, it's just come off. It's a good sign there for a start. Let's try that again. Well, we had a bite there on the third or fourth cast on the golden Mepps spinner. So I'm just going to cast in the same area just to see if there's anything else lurking around there. But I mean, that was only like fifth cast at maximum, I would say, fourth or fifth. And we had a fish on. I thought that was a trout, definitely moved like a trout. So let's keep at it. That's it, we've got it. I've got it this time. I definitely have it this time. And it is staying on the hook this time. Just keep that tension on the line. There we go. Not a trout at all, it's a little perch. Maybe that's the one that was teasing me all morning. Either way, that's the first one of the day. First species in the net, lovely little perch. There we go folks. No monster, but a fantastic start to our river session this morning, and the first species of the morning, a lovely little perch that was just teasing me for a while this morning. Could be another trout in there, but I'm happy enough we've got one species ticked off the list already within about, yeah, just about 16 minutes of fishing. Fin on display, beautiful colours, really nice fish. Let's get it back as always. Yeah, one more on. I found the trick there actually. I wasn't letting the spinner get down deep enough, and just giving it a few more seconds to sink down has really made a difference. So let's see if we can get another one in here. A little perch. Well, there we go everyone. That's perch number 2 for the morning. Perch number 2. Quite possibly the same perch as I've caught, because I can see a little black spot in the back of its fin. Not entirely sure if that's the same perch or a different perch, but either way, a really nice specimen for the morning and a great way to start your day. Let's get it back. Yep, fish on. This could be number 3. I've moved location, so I don't know what it is yet. There's another perch. There we go. Now, I don't think that's the same perch, because that definitely looks a little bit bigger. Let's get it unhooked and have a look. There we go everyone. Surely that's not the same perch the third time in a row. It can't be. It can't be. I'm going to count that as number 3. As opposed to the same perch just caught 3 times. Let's be optimistic today. There we go, perch number 3 on the golden spinners. Let's get it back. Yep, fish on again, fish on again. Another perch. Oh, it's just come off. Another perch for the day. Now I have moved locations again, just because I'm moving every sort of like 15-20 minutes or so, because I want to cover a large area of the river. And I've just come to this new spot here. Had one cast, and then that was a definite perch on the line there that just slipped off at the last minute. So we'll see if we can get some more in the net. There we go. I think I've got it back again. Yeah, the one we lost there. All right, I'm gonna get the net for this one. Well, as you can see, the golden spinner definitely works for perch anyway. Let's get this one unhooked and then get it away. All right, everyone, that is our perch number 4 for the day. Lovely little fish. We'll get it back as soon as. And away. Now, I think what I'll do soon is I'll move a bit further down the river until I've got to as far as I want to go, and then I'll switch over to some of the different lures I've got with me, because we know the perch are going for the golden spinners at this time of year, but if we're to find the trout and even the pike, I might have to switch over to either bigger spinners or the Tobys or whatever else I've got with me, because we definitely have perch ticked off the list so far, but we still have 2 more species that I'm looking for today. So either way, you know what? I'm still having fun catching perch, so I'm going to keep doing this for a bit longer just because it's good fun. There we go, number 5. I'm also keen to break my record as well. My record on this river is about 9 perch in a session. So if we're on number 5 now and we get maybe, we can get up to 10, that would be impressive. Now, I'm actually going to try something a bit different at the minute. I'm going to leave that perch in the net just sitting beside me for a minute, and I'm going to see if by any chance I can get 2 perch in the net at one time. I'm not going to leave it in there for any longer than about 5 minutes, but it is submerged underwater. It is getting plenty of water flow into its gills. I'm just curious to see if we can get more than 1 perch in the net at one time. And we can. And we certainly can. This is number 6. Let's get it in. That one's just about hooked, that one. Number 6 going in the net to join its friend. I wonder if we can get a couple more, and then we will let them all go. Of course we will. Of course we will. But they're perfectly safe in the net beside me here for a couple of minutes. Yep, that's number, what did I say we're on now? 8, maybe 7 or 8. Hope you're keeping count at home, as always. You can do it much better than I can. There we go. Well, regardless of if we're catching trout or pike or anything else today, this is just really good fun. Really, really, really good fun, folks. Three perch in the net. I'm just going to give them another couple of minutes and see if we can get 1 or 2 more, just out of curiosity. And then we'll get them away. Well everyone, there's our 3 perch in the net. Let's get them all away safely. They're all about the same size, 1 small one and 2 sort of slightly bigger ones here. Alright, so here we have 2 of the bigger perch of the net. I mean, they're not monsters by any means, but they're still really, really nice fish to catch. Really good sized perch. Oops, let that one go. And then that's the little one as well. So 2 sort of slightly bigger ones, 1 tiny one. All really good fun. And as always, let's get them both away. Alright, so I'm just moving on from that last spot there where I caught those 3 perch. I think I lost 1. And all I'm doing is about 10 or 15 minutes in each spot, doing a few casts and then moving on from there. But what I'm going to show you now is whenever you're doing spinning or any sort of lure fishing, I'm doing what's called fan casting, where what I'm doing is when I come to a new patch of the water like this here, where I haven't fished this part of the river today, and all I'm doing is I'm picturing a fan in front of me, and I'm just casting basically in this general area here, just to cover that whole area and make sure that there's nothing I've missed. So you'll imagine the fan in front of you. I'm going to start from my left hand side, and then every cast is going to gradually move over to the right hand side, or whatever way you want to do it, but that's kind of the way I do it, just to cover all the ground in front of me. And then once I've done that for about maybe 10-15 minutes, I generally know if there's fish in the area or not. Oops. I generally know if there's fish in the area or not, and it gives you enough time to sort of judge if you need to move on or if you want to stay and work that area a bit more. But yeah, fan casting is all I'm doing today. When I come to a new patch of the river, cover the area in front of me for a few minutes, and it's either successful or I'll stay, or it's not and I'll move on. Nope. All right, time to move on. Happy enough we've covered that area. On to the next one. And we don't have far to travel because the next area is just right here, just a few feet away from the first one. And we're going to do the same thing again. So I'm approaching the new area of the river. I'm not ruling out that there are fish in this area in front of me, so I'm not going to go too deep into the water to start off with, but I am going to start doing the same fan casting technique like I was saying before, starting from the left and then just slowly working my way around to the right. That's one on, and the technique works, as you can see. So once again, let's play trout or perch. Place your bets. I'm going to say perch the way this one's moving. I'm going to definitely say another perch. Yeah. Let's see if I can lift it up. Alright, what number are we up to? If anyone's keeping count at home, I'm going to say 8. And I hope I'm not being too optimistic there or cheating, but I think this is number 8. So, oh, look at that. On display, the fin up. Really, really nice. I'm going to do the same thing again because it's a different area. I'm going to pop this one in the net, and then I'm just going to see if there's any more perch hanging around in this area that we could just add to the net just for a bit of fun at the start. Oops. Yeah, it's still in there. And then we'll see about getting them away. Of course we will. So again, I think that's number 8. Not entirely sure, but hopefully in the comments you can maybe keep me right. 7 or 8. There we go, that's another one. Let's get a friend for a little one in the net. Hopefully it doesn't come off here. Oops. Get back here. That's actually not a bad one. They're getting slightly bigger. Very, very slightly bigger. Now, if my count is correct, I think that's number 9. Could be number 8 if I'm over-exaggerating slightly, but that is a really nice perch. I'm very, very happy with that one. I'm going to chuck this one in the net with its friend, give it another couple of minutes, and then I'm just going to see if we can get one more just for fun. Because if I can get if I can get one more, and my count is correct, and I can get 10 perch, then that is a new record for me. And I've just broken my personal best for how many perch I can get on the river using one lure. Number 10. Let's just come off. Let's just come off. Teasing me again. He's perched today. He's on it. Let's just get in the tree. That was a bad cast. My spinner's in the tree, so that's where I'm going to stop and let these two in the net go. Well, I'm very sad that I've lost that golden spinner up the tree there, because that is the one that's caught me so many perch in this river over multiple sessions. And yeah, I'm gutted I've lost that one now. But I've just switched over to a bronze one again with the MEPS, and I'm really hoping the bronze will have the same impact as the gold. And it does! Look at this, another one. Now, this could be number 10, and it's just come off. Number 10, what is going on with you? You've been a massive tease this morning. Let's see if I can get you back. All I was saying was I hope the bronze works as well as the gold. And just as I said that, I had another one on the hook. So let's see if we can get that back. There we go, there we go. Yes, 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 come on, let's get it in. Perfect. So the hook's just come out there. If I'm counting this right, that could be perch number 10. And if so, I have just broken my personal record of how many perch I've caught on the river using one type of lure, which today is the spinner. And I am very, very happy with that. Now, just in case I am counting wrong, and that's only number 9, which I'm fully open to that possibility that I've made a mistake, I'm going to try and get one more, which is either going to be 10 or 11. Either way, it's a confirmation that I've broken the personal record. All right, I'm just going to let this little guy go from the net. So possibly number 10, possibly number 9. Either way, really fun fish to catch, really good scrap. Let's let it go. Now, I'm just not quite convinced that that last perch was number 10. There's a wee bit of doubt in my mind that I may have miscounted, so before I change lures, I would like to just rule out that I haven't miscounted, and if I can just get one more for confirmation, then I can safely put the perch to rest for the day. But basically just one more perch would confirm it for me, which I don't think is going to be too difficult to catch today. There we go. What was I saying? What was I saying? Let's get this one in. Hello. That's a really good sized perch as well. Look at that. All right, so this is either number 10, which has just broken my personal best on the river, or it's number 11, which means I've definitely broken it. Either way, what a great perch for the day. That's possible. I mean, none of these are monsters, don't get me wrong, but that's possibly the biggest one so far, and really good fun. Really enjoyed that. Sleep again. I'm just curious to see if there's any more in this area. So we'll do a wee keep net here for a few minutes, and then we'll move on. I do want to catch a few more different species of fish here, don't get me wrong, but these perch are just so much fun, especially when they're in abundance like they are today. You can't really turn it down when it's happening, you know. Take advantage, because it's not every day it's this good. Possibly 12. Let's bring in number 12. Alright, I think I'm up to number 12 now, and those two are just in the net beside me there for about 2 or 3 minutes, and then same as before, we'll let them all go. I'm having such a great morning here, guys. I really, really am. It is not every day you come fishing and it is this good. It really, really isn't. Oh my word, that's another one. That's another one. I can't believe this. I'm struggling to believe this today. I really am. Oops, I'm happy enough that one's gone. That's okay. We can afford to let one go before we get it in the net. I'm not going to count that one, don't worry. I'm still counting number 12 in the net. The perch have just taken over this river today, and I'm not complaining at all. Having a great time. There we go, let's see if we can get it back. Back into the net, that's 3 more in the net there. And we will have a look at all 3 of them very, very soon. But I'm just curious to see what we can do with this here today, because this is just like an amazing session. Absolutely amazing. All right, let's look at the perch we have in the net from this spot here. Look at that. Great stuff, folks. Really, really, really good stuff. Let's get them all away safely. So, starting with the smallest, or one of the smallest ones here. Oops. And the next one. And lastly, this one definitely deserves an underwater shot because I think it's the biggest one of the day. So bear with me a second. Now, a good tip whenever you're fishing with spinners or any lure really is to experiment with different depths of when you're retrieving it in. And what I mean by that is if you're casting out and that spinner hits the water, you can choose to start reeling it in straight away, at which point you're reeling the spinner in quite close to the surface of the water for any fish that are high up in the water column. And then if you do that and you're not successful after a few times, then try a different depth of fishing with the spinner. And what I mean by that is when you cast out, rather than reeling it in straight away, just wait a few seconds for it to sink down, like 1, 2, 3. And then whenever you reel in this time, you're now reeling in a different depth of the water, a bit deeper down. And sometimes that's where fish can be hiding out. Good idea to try that, and then maybe 3 seconds doesn't work. Oh, 3 seconds does work, look at that. And I cast into that same area, and hopefully you can see that just by fishing a different depth, it can sometimes make a difference. So the first time I cast that, I reeled the spinner in straight away, close to the surface, got nothing. I then waited 3 seconds for the spinner to sink down, and look at the difference that made. Lovely, absolutely brilliant. Alright everyone, I've made a slight change to my lure here. I'm pretty content that I've caught about 12, maybe 13 perch so far today on the spinners. So I'm going to switch over to one of the bronze Tobys, which you know is one of my favourite lures on the channel. So the point of this is I'm going to be able to cast out further in the river, get deeper as well, and hopefully be able to target a few trout and maybe even pike today. Now actually I don't know if perch will also go for the Tobys. I suppose we'll find out. I don't see why they wouldn't, but ideally if we can get maybe a different species by the end of the session, that'd be a lot of fun. But either way, if I don't catch anything else today, I've still broken my personal best for how many perch I can get on the spinners, and that's going to make a great episode, so very happy so far. Yep, fish on again, but this is on the bronze Tobys this time. That's another perch, number 14, of course it is. Now I've never caught a perch on Tobys before, so that is another first for me today. Normally in the Tobys you're catching your trout and your pike because it's just that bit of a bigger lure, but I suppose it's a bigger perch as well, so no reason why not. Look at that. Lovely perch on the bronze Toby, that's a first. Really nice fish, we'll get it in the net. So in theory, I think that's either perch number 13 or 14 on the bigger lure, which is the bronze Tobys. So perhaps, now we know perch go for the Tobys, we'll maybe catch some bigger perch, because I don't think today is going to have any more species in it, like your trout or your pike, but there's definitely perch on the menu today. And bigger perch at that as well. It's another one from the net. Oh, no it's not. That one got away. I'll still count it though. I got it on a hook, so it's happy enough. 14 or 15 perch there. This time on the Tobies. Very, very surprising, but we still have time left in the session. We're still catching, so we're not stopping. Keep her lit, as they say where I come from. Keep her lit. Oh, I can't believe it. Every single cast on the Tobies, like, that's unreal. That is unreal. And they're bigger as well. That's another one in the net. I've completely lost count now. Totally lost count. I haven't a clue. But we were getting them on every single cast. Now onto the bronze Tobies, and the action is still happening. Whatever has them fired up today. It's maybe just that time of year, you know, it's the start of August. The weather has just cooled slightly recently after being very warm for a few weeks. So maybe that's just what's getting them all fired up today. Either way, we are onto something really, really good today, folks. All right, time to let these ones go in the net. They've only been in for about 5 minutes, but they are really good sized perch in this one. Yeah, very happy with that. Let's have a look. There we go, everyone. I'm going to call that a level up, and you have unlocked dual wielding perch. I think this is number 14 and 15 for these two. But either way, I just can't believe the morning I'm having. 2 more in the net, 2 more away. There we go, that's 3 more in that spot there. I've fan casted enough, I'm happy enough I've covered that. If I start catching them again, then I'll know it's the same fish that I've released. So happy enough, we spent a bit of time there. Let's move on to the next area. Yeah, it's another one on the Tobies. Could be the last one of the day. I'll just have a quick look at the perch. That's definitely a new one with perch going for Tobies, but again, why not, I suppose? It's the lure at the end of the day, and they're hungry. There we go, only a little one, but a perch nonetheless. A really good session. It's got a bit of damage to its fin there. I don't think I done that. I think that's probably from something else, but either way. What's that? Is that number 15? Somebody let me know. Oops. Off it goes. Was that number 14 or 15? I have no idea anymore. I've genuinely lost count of how many perch I've caught today using a couple of lures in the river. And that is not a bad problem to have, I have to say. As far as fishing problems go, losing count of how many fish you've caught is not what I'm going to complain about. Yep, one more. Whatever number it is, it's coming in. Lovely, lovely stuff. Really cool fish. I love catching perch. Really, really good fun. Well, everyone, that is just about the end of the session here today for what has been a really, really enjoyable and successful morning on the river. But before I go, I just wanted to show you really all I've come out with today, which is this little tiny lure box, probably one of the smaller ones in my collection. And as you can see, all we've really used today is a golden spinner at the very start, where we caught the majority of the perch on. We then lost one when I cast into the tree, switched over to the bronze, which was just as effective. I caught a few more in that one. And then just to mix things up, I got out the favourite bronze Toby. Ideally with the idea of catching some trout or pike, but the perch were just as happy to take the Toby as they were the spinners, so there you go. That's all you need for a really great morning on the river. Now, I'm not saying every single session goes that way, but sometimes you can travel light and you can do a lot with very, very little. Anyway, as always, I hope you've enjoyed this video as much as I have. I have to say it's been a really great session this morning. Doesn't happen very often, but when it does, it's great to be part of it, and I'm very happy to share it all with you. Thank you so much for watching, everyone, and for commenting, and anyone who subscribed. It's been really, really nice to get chatting to you, and I hope to do this again very, very soon. Until next time, tight lines.